Hey guys, it's your girl Brina,
This is Tasha.
and it's S1 Reality.
This week we are going to talk about Ready to Love. What season is this?
7.
Season 7, episode 5.
Mm-hmm. The math ain't mathin'.
That math ain't mathin'. I thought that was cute.
Yeah. Welcome back. We just want to say thank you for taking the time to check us out and to watch our channel. And
Mm.
we hope you like what you see. So this week they left us last week with the
A cliffhanger.
cliffhanger. Yes.
Yeah, cliffhanger, yeah.
Who did you think was gonna get eliminated?
Um, let's see, what do we had who were the three women?
Corvea,
Mm-hmm.
um, Marcia, and
Mm-hmm.
Jeffrey.
Yeah. Corvea.
You thought it was gonna be Corvea?
I really thought they were gonna decide. No, I thought you asked me who did I want to be eliminated, but I thought they
Good enough. Yeah.
okay. I thought they were gonna decide to just not eliminate anybody.
I thought
So
they were too. I thought they were gonna save somebody.
yeah, I thought they were gonna because everybody was going like really hard for that. So I was like, okay, that's fine. We could just keep everybody, but I wasn't upset.
I wasn't upset, except
Hmm.
for the fact that Demario seemed so happy. Like they
Yeah.
seemed to really click on the yacht. And so
Yeah.
when she got eliminated, I was like, oh, sucks for him. But like even when he hugged her, whatever he was like they scrolled to him and he was looking like, but he didn't say anything.
Mm, poor guy.
He didn't say anything, and then he hugged her and he didn't say anything. And I was
Yeah.
like, you're not gonna say like I'm gonna call you. I mean, like,
I know, I thought
even
that was
though
weird. It's just like, look, she's eliminated from this competition, but she's still in the same city. I don't understand.
so after that, then Tommy lets them know that it's back to the ladies. The ladies have control and they'll be deciding who goes home at the end of that week. And then they leave the yacht. There was just like a couple of things that stuck out to me when they were sitting there eating. Um, did anything in particular stick out to you during that time when they were sitting there?
I thought it was really cute that Disney princess Suan thought of herself, said that she was a mix between Claire Huxtable and Rihanna.
Mm,
I thought
I
that was very,
love that.
yeah, I did too, and I thought it was accurate. I thought it was,
Yes.
yeah, that was
Yes.
cute. Then Marcia went into all of these different people that she connected with in her soul, and I thought that was a bit much, but maybe not. I mean, if that's how she feels, you know.
Yeah, I respected how Sue-Ann's was like succinct and it was like these people and like you could see that in her personality. I felt like the people that Marcia listed were maybe people that like are aspirations for her, which like you said, that's totally fine. But it's
Mhm.
just it was just a different vibe somewhat.
It was. It was.
But the
Yeah.
thing that stuck out to me was that Cynthia, she said it when they were sitting there and she said it again later. She said Mark Anthony doesn't want to date a woman that has kids.
Yes, but he has this long, drawn out thing with Jeffrey. What do we not understand that she has 3 children?
He has to know that Jeffrey's not hiding her children.
I don't. I kept thinking about that too. I was like, what is going on?
That's what I thought. I said to myself, what does that conversation look like when it comes up with Jeffrey? Because she's not talking about her children.
Mm-hmm.
And then also, what if the situation with the woman he dated before that had kids, like what if that was just like a bad situation and her having kids on top of it made it worse?
Yeah.
I
So
was
he
just like, he doesn't seem arrogant. He doesn't seem
Blakeish.
disres- well, yeah, I was gonna say disrespectful.
Mhm.
Um, so I don't see him like leading her on, but I also don't see that being something that they haven't discussed. Like, so I
Yeah.
don't know. I was like, we'll see how that plays out.
Yeah. And then after that, we had some dates.
Mhm.
What date do you want to discuss?
The first one I have was Cynthia and Anthony's date.
Mm-hmm.
The only thing I really have about that date is he seemed super nervous. To me, I didn't really feel like he was saying much. Like I felt like he was giving her one word answers and then throwing the question back to her. But she seemed really like loving their energy. Like, and
Yeah.
even later she said, we're both Haitian, so he gets the culture. And she was just like, oh, they're gonna think I like everybody I go on a date with, you know?
Yeah.
So I was like, I didn't really see what was there, but she seemed to have a good time.
Oh, she just really likes him. I think he's very cute. I don't think Cynthia can do any wrong. I love
Cynthia is wonderful. I do really like her.
her. And she's making me remember Anthony's name, not just Beard.
Yes. Poor Anthony.
Yeah. No, I mean, because as we're starting to see, there's quite a couple of women who are interested in Anthony.
I know. So I was like, he must be saying something. But
He's got- Where
even
is he?
the flashes with the ladies, he seems so quiet.
Where are all these conversations taking place?
I don't want to jump ahead, but I'm just gonna comment on this. In the next episode, what's her name? Somebody said to him, I forget who it was. It may have been Mercedes. That in the process, Anthony is hard to read and he's hard to interact with, but outside of the process, he's super cool. And so
Yeah.
that makes me think that they're like talking on the phone and stuff like that. But like when he's being filmed, he's like, shut up. But that just, you're on camera. I could totally understand
Uh,
that.
yeah. That would explain Cynthia and everybody being so excited to see him because it's like, we're gonna have fun.
Yeah, because she said when he came around that corner, I was like, he's attractive, but like even his energy is like low key.
Maybe he just hates cameras.
And that's fair. Like Eric on The Bachelorette with Gabby. Wasn't that his thing that he kept telling her?
I
That's why
don't
he
know.
was weird because he said he didn't like cameras.
No, I don't know.
No, that was Jason.
Whoever.
Okay. So another thing that really stuck out from Cynthia and Anthony's date was that he said that he was moving forward to marriage. And she was like, oh, I
Yeah.
really like what he's saying. Call me crazy. But life experiences has just made me want to know more why. Because people will say, oh, I'm just really excited to have kids, or I'm excited to start my family, or I'm excited to get a house, or I'm excited to get married. And people are like, oh, we're on the same path. We have the same interests. But then you get on that path with them and you're like, oh, that's what
You
you
didn't know
were
what
excited.
you was talking about.
What?
That's how you feel about the other person on the path. They said, "Oh, you didn't know what the hell you was talking about."
That. And also, I didn't know what the hell you were talking about. And this ain't what I was excited for. This is the BS.
I didn't sign up for this.
Right. So that's why when he said that and she got excited, I was like, that's cool, but I would ask more questions.
I'm pretty sure they'd had those conversations. She is not a stupid woman.
No, she's not. You're not wrong. She's not.
So I'm not really concerned about her
A lot
digging.
of these ladies, honestly, I'm impressed. And I mean, I'm like, it shows the caliber of people that they've placed on this show. Like these women are not stupid. They're not asking dumb questions. Like they're getting into it to the nitty gritty. So you're right. She probably does know more, but that's just what crossed my head.
Yeah. I mean, because we
Yeah,
just
but
know, we
was,
just know them what, like 45 minutes a week.
yeah,
So like they're building connections outside of that. The
yeah.
date that I thought was crazy, Jeff and Demario, Jeffrey and Demario.
That
What is
was so disrespectful.
his feelings are so hurt? Why? Sir, you signed up on it to be on a dating show where the person you date and yourself are going to be dating multiple people. What is she supposed to do? Huh? Is she supposed to just hold hands with somebody and feel a connection that way? I do not think so. We are here to live out our lives and to build connections. And we are not caring that you are upset about a smooch between her and someone else.
When he was talking to her, I was just like, this man is serious.
He was serious. He was so serious.
He was looking at her like he was looking at her like they were in a monogamous relationship,
Mhm.
and she kissed a man boldly in front of her, and she was like, "It was a part of the game." And he was
Mhm.
like, "You don't know that man." And this is when I became team Jeffrey because she was like, we actually went on a date before that." And she
Mhm.
was like, "And he approaches me."
Yeah. Did
So
you
she's
approach
like,
me on
"What?"
the boat? Mhm.
Exactly. That was the thing that I appreciated is that she made it very clear that he approached her, that he put in effort, that he was showing interest. And she was like, "What am I supposed to do? Just say no, no, Mark Anthony. I let me sit here and wait in case DeMario decides to show me interest."
Maya wants to come and hold my hand. You hold off on that kiss.
That was
Maya,
part of a game that you all were playing. When Corvea thought you were gonna be the best kisser and you did that little nasty tongue thing, but you're gonna get mad that she said, and she acknowledged Mark Anthony was her strongest connection. I'm like, why was he not more upset about that
mhm.
over the kiss? Because her saying publicly, Mark Anthony is my strongest connection, I was like, that's kind of worse, isn't it?
Yeah. Maybe that's the way he sells cars.
He's not a car sales.
Does he know?
So yeah, I was like, Demario, you lost Corvée at the beginning. That was clearly your strongest connection. And now you were coming left at Jeffrey. And you finna get yourself sent home, sir, because you being so disrespectful.
Yeah.
So I saw what you were saying about Jeffrey.
Yeah.
She did look to me, she looked very tired.
Yeah, maybe that's all it was.
But when I looked at other things, I was like, I think Jeffrey's just high.
Oh my lord.
I mean, her eyes always look like they have kind of like this glazed over look. Why do you look so shocked? It's legal in a lot of states.
Uh, Maybe that's why she's so chill all the time.
Maybe. She always just looks kind of high to me. And even when she's talking to people, the way her eyes cross, it's almost like they're like,
That is exactly how it is. This
what?
high, huh?
What's that?
I need to try this
Oh.
highlight.
So, what did you think of next date? Why Marcia think it's a good idea to bring Jeffrey and Blake into a date together?
Girl, Marcia was trying to be messy. I don't care what she says. I think
I'm gonna make sure
she
everything gets squashed.
she said she wanted to know what's going on. I don't blame her. But she could have just called one of them on the phone. But she planned a whole date of it. But she didn't get anything out of them because
She
Blake wasn't
didn't.
giving it no
And
energy.
she brought Blue. So I'm like, girl, was Blue there for you? Because
Yeah, what was that for her?
she thought
Yeah, until he wasn't.
Blue is not checking for you, girl.
I know. Well, I mean, I was kind of like, why would she bring Blue after that last date they had? She started talking about all the things that she was not going to do. I don't like outdoors. I don't like bugs.
I
I
don't
don't.
think she realized that Blue was like, that was a no for him. I don't think she realized that.
Maybe not.
So, what'd you think of their date?
I thought that Blake looked irritated laying on the floor when that poor lady was
Blake
like
looked irritated when he walked in and saw Jeffrey was one of the people.
100%. But
Just down from there.
and they like, look, you've come to a Zen place to meditate and to have a good time. And the lady is telling you guys to lay down and relax. Hey, take your shoes off if you want to get comfortable. They didn't take these guys don't take their shoes off. And Blake even said, this is awkward, or this is what did he say? This is awkward, I think, or this is new, something like that.
Yeah.
I was just like, it's new to relax. Yeah, it probably is for you.
It's probably also new for him to come to a place on a group date to relax.
Hmm.
He
Yeah.
just seems very like, did he say he was military at one point?
Yes.
Yeah, he seems very structured and like the Kangoo date was weird to him. Like, I'm
Yeah.
surprised he's on the show.
Just came. Is there anything else on that date that you kind of like?
Girl. First of all, like you said, Marcia was being messy. And then Jeffrey, girl, let up.
No.
So when I no,
Sorry, Mary's collage.
yes, Blake's board made sense. He
It
was
did.
saying how important time is a commodity. It is. Blake is probably one of the older guys on this show, like I said before.
Mhm.
So you would like to think that with most people, the older you get and as you age, you learn important, valuable life lessons. And time
Yeah.
is very important. And I loved his thing because he was like, time is very important. I don't remember if he said it's a top commodity or he may have used a different word and it's escaping me now, but he was just like, don't waste your time. Like it's a very valuable thing. Don't get it back. So like choose to spend your time wisely. That's what I got from that. And I was like, that's a valuable point. And then she
Mhm.
was like, that just looks materialistic.
Well, I mean, if he didn't explain his board and he just held it up, you would
He
think very materialistic.
But
But
she
he
said that
explained,
after we explained it.
right? He explained she don't like
Right. She doesn't like him. Why are you coming for this man all the time? He didn't say anything to you. He's not being rude to you. He even said something to her like, you know what? We're not meant for each other, and I hope that everything works out for you.
yeah.
What'd you think about their boards?
I thought that Blue's board was sweet, how he did the 3D thing. But again, we got another reference from Marcia about her being why is well, she didn't explain why Rihanna was on her board. She was just on the board. She
She
just had
had something else on her board that was like beads or something.
yeah, somebody she said I think it was something like a black one with a ghost something. I don't know.
Which, when I think about this, I'm like, Marcia, you're a fashion designer. I would have imagined that she would have come up with something more creative.
Mhm.
She seems her and oh, it was somebody else. I'm not thinking of it now. But I mean, Marcia just seems super sweet.
Mhm.
It was Corvea. Both of them seem super sweet, like they want to have a good time,
Yeah.
but maybe they just haven't had as many life experiences as the other people. And so some of the things that they have said and done just seem a little juvenile.
Yeah, they come across that way.
Mhm.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
I'm not sure how old Marcia is.
That's why I said just not the same sort of life experiences, because 2 people can be the same age and have
Yeah, not
experienced different
same.
things, so mhm, mm,
At the end of their group date, how Blake went on to explain his collage again when Jeffrey called him materialistic.
mhm.
And then they cut to her in her interview. She was like, another time wasted with Blake. I thought that was funny. I
That
thought
was
that was,
funny. But yeah,
yeah.
obviously she doesn't like him. Who knows? Whenever their whole interaction, it just made me think, was something going on between the 2 of them? Did he say something that rubbed
Yes,
her the
because
wrong
it's
way?
too much. It's too much animosity.
And when they showed her date with Demario, and Demario really was talking out the side of his neck to her,
Mm,
it made me think maybe we just didn't see an interaction with Blake. Because
mhm.
Blake is rude.
Yes,
And
he
maybe he shot his shot and said something that she didn't like, and she called him on it. So now he's like, I never said that to you. And maybe he hinted at something. Who knows? There's a lot of speculation. But
I can see all of it. The next date you're thinking of is Tony and Morgan.
mm,
Morgan. And when they actually both were dressed really cute. She had on that purple satiny dress, and then he had on the I think he had on a white suit jacket
yeah, he did.
and the black shirt. Yeah, it was he looked really nice.
Nice.
I'm not I don't really find him attractive, but I think that his outfit was really nice. I can't do with that I can't do that hey love. I can't like that wannabe LL type. But I that's not I'm sure that's not what he's doing. That's just who he is. But
Yeah,
you know what I mean? I just
no, definitely. Tony just gives me that I'm here to play games vibes. Like every guy in school that you met, no, like that whole the way he looks at the ladies when he's talking to them
a
and
snack.
the way he looks at them and the way he holds his body, it's like he's trying to project a certain thing. And I just feel like, did you not take the time to get to know who you are? Like, what is this? Like Tommy said at one point, "What is this what is this representative that you've sent forward? Like, who are you? Because
Mhm.
is this it? Is this really could be how he how he is?" But to me, it's just giving like phony.
It
And
does.
so
But I
sometimes
kinda feel like he's not. He's not I don't feel like he is, but like
no,
it but it's coming across that
it's
way.
not fully genuine though either. Because I'm just like, really? Like, but I don't know. It could be though, because when he's sitting there talking to Morgan, like there's clear sexual tension. It's like the way they look at each other is like they just want to devour one another. Like she's like giggling, he's like looking at her like, mm. So I mean,
That's
maybe that's just how he. What are you doing?
I don't wanna talk about that.
You're an adult with two
No,
children. That's what I see. Like just somebody that's like very much into her sexual. I mean, Morgan is gorgeous and she's very
yeah,
curvy.
he
And
is.
they seem to connect in other ways. And so I can just imagine like when you connect with somebody like mentally and it seems like spiritually, and then you're also sexually attracted, like I could just imagine like the pheromones and the excitement that they're feeling in that moment, you know? So that
Yeah,
could be why he's looking at her like that. Except for he looks at Marcia like that sometimes too. Not as
all like that.
so maybe it is giving more of like I just got released. Like, hey girl.
Yeah,
Except
you
it
what you
doesn't
say?
have crazy
Hey,
eye. It
dogs.
doesn't have crazy eye in it. It just has like,
Well, you just
I'm gonna take you up.
this is him. I mean, this is the Tony Shuffle. Mm, I want some steak sauce with my potatoes. And this way he's just like so hungry.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Outside of all that, for their date, I was like, where obviously they clipped a lot of stuff out of it because it didn't flow.
Mm,
Um he was asking her like what does she want out of this process? And she was saying like I'm ready for a partner, I'm ready to settle down. I did like her response when he said, "How do you know you're ready for marriage?" And she said,
oh, yeah,
"Because I'm happy."
I'm happy. Yeah, I thought that was cute.
I love that. I'm happy. So I'm not so to me I heard I'm not looking for somebody to complete me. I'm really happy with where I am.
Yeah,
I want someone to come alongside me and join this. And I was like, I love that.
add some joy.
Yeah, I love that. And so but she said that, but then he was like, "Who do you see?" I think he said something like, "Who do you want in this process?"
Mhm.
I had to rewind it because I was like, "What is it?" But she said there's some good candidates. I hate
You
her.
know what, Siri? This when did nobody ask her anything?
So he got so upset.
She always does that.
Yeah, so she was like, "There's some good candidates like Lyndon." And he was like, he said something like, "I didn't ask you about the other candidates, or I'm not worried about
Yeah,
Lyndon." And she said, "You asked me a question, so I'm answering it." I was like, "You mad at him or do you like him?" What was that energy?
well, she was just giving it back because
Mm,
I mean, you're obviously dating other people too. We can't keep getting our feelings hurt when the people you're dating are dating other people. That's what you're here to do. So we have to stop doing that. If you don't want the person you're dating to be dating multiple people, don't meet them on a dating show.
seriously. The thing I thought though is that him and Demario's responses were obviously different. Demario's was very childish.
Mm.
Well, childish and more direct. Tony's may have been a little childish, but and then in his confessional, he was like, I ain't worried about Lyndon. And I really don't think Tony is.
It don't seem like it.
But
But that's good. He shouldn't be. He should just work on building what he has.
mhm. But I just felt like, I don't know, their interaction and their conversation, it seemed like Morgan was giving him a lot of shade, but I think she was just kind of like playing cat and mouse kind of. because
Yeah,
when they stood up and she was hugging him, they both were all giggly and kissing.
yeah.
And I was like,
That
okay,
she didn't want to leave him. She said she was completely smitten and that she did not want to leave him.
yeah.
I thought that was sweet.
Anything else about their date?
No.
So meanwhile, who else was on a date?
Why was Blake with and Jonique together?
Why was Jonique on a date with him?
Why? I don't understand. Why did she do that?
She said she wanted to know, like, because I guess she didn't really get to talk to him before, so she wanted to find out more or get
All
to.
she had to do was watch like last week's episode.
Nope, that's not how that
He's
works.
he's been he's been up for elimination every time.
You know that's not how that works, right?
Yeah, but God, girl, I want to help you because this is not the one.
Never. And another thing, I'm like, their editing was messed up too because he said, "How was your week?" and she said, "How are you enjoying this process?" Why would y'all don't show half of it if you're not gonna edit it properly?
He probably said something slick because when she did ask him a question, he was like, "Well, if you're gonna ask me a general question."
Something he said on this date because Jonique asked him directly, "What do you do?" She was like, "I know you're in security, but what do you do exactly?" He said CID. That's government.
Well, is he in that right now? Because he was saying that he was a military police officer, which would make sense for him to get into CID.
Mm-hmm. I
I
think
don't
he's
get.
saying
I don't
he
get.
got into CID after that. So I think that's what he's doing now. And I was like, oh, that's different. It's
Is it?
kind of.
I don't care about it.
So that's, but I was just like, oh, okay. It just gave me.
Hated it. Listen, then we had the ladies' lounge.
Mm-hmm.
I thought it was absolutely hilarious how Jeffrey was coming for Sue-Ann, calling her advocate Sue. She's I live.
I was Team Jeffrey when she told Demario about himself on that date, and then she soon reminded me why I don't like her. Why are you being so petty with Blake on that date, and then why are you being so petty with Sue-Ann?
I mean, but she's not. Why
And
is Sue jumping to the men's defense?
because I feel like Sue-Ann popped off and said something because she strongly feels that Jeffrey lied about Blake, and so she probably thinks that she was lying about Demario.
Mm.
So she thinks Jeffrey's a liar, and
So she's
probably yeah. So I think she called herself calling her out. So I don't think she's jumping to the men's defense. They grown ass men, they can take care of themselves. I
yeah,
think that she thinks Jeffrey is a liar, and she wants to put her on Front Street. That's what I think.
yeah, not Backstreet. All right.
So they did a
Everybody.
so obviously they do these little ITMs at different times. And on this most recent one is Sue-Ann, she had on that yellow shirt with like yellow eyeshadow. I thought that color was beautiful on her.
Oh yeah, she did. Now that was the Rihanna side.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah,
That
it
was
was.
really cute. I like
Mm-hmm.
that.
Mm-hmm.
So, so they went to the ladies' lounge outside of Jeffrey being petty and childish. What else did anything else stand out to you?
Oh. Mm. So I have Cynthia. Oh, whenever Jeffrey started to come at Sue-Ann, Cynthia was like,
That was so funny. I love that. I
I
love
thought that
look,
was
clutch my pearls.
funny. Yeah, I thought that was so funny. And then who brought that up? Who brought it up about Mark Anthony not wanting to date women with children? And again,
She
it's
said it again.
who said it?
Cynthia, she's the one that said it when she was sitting there with him, and she said it again in the lounge.
And nobody's addressing it.
Nobody said nothing. She said it in the lounge. Jeffrey didn't say nothing, which was surprising because Jeffrey don't hold back. She seems to always speak up if she has something to say about something. And so
Mm-hmm.
for her to keep saying Mark Anthony is her strongest connection, and then
Not,
you didn't say nothing, it just makes me think like, was this something they actually already talked about?
it
Did
must
they,
have been.
did they edit out Jeffrey's response? Because I can't imagine she wouldn't have said something back to that. Mm-hmm.
Now we're up to the elimination. So we have two dates that met up. We got Demario meeting with Jonique.
We already knew who was going to be on the chopping block. Am I right? Mario and Blake, we knew that was coming. This is the energy the ladies are bringing. It's clear. What?
How is he still there? I don't understand it. How is he holding on?
When I was watching that and realized where they were going, I was like, Tasha gonna be so pissed.
Oh my god.
They need a villain. They're like, they need a villain. They need someone for the ladies to hate. Blake keeps causing drama. He's a good looking guy. And so, like, he's good TV.
I guess so.
And I mean, with all of these shows, there's always someone. Think about it. Every dating show, even like
Oh yeah.
Married at First Sight. Remember, it
Yeah.
was Chris on his season with Chris and
Yeah.
Paige, and then
Gosh.
Kayla and Zach on their season. They just do that, like
Well,
they keep people on there. And I think that more and more people just weren't feeling Mario because they're like, Corvea was his person and she's gone.
yeah. The bad well, one thing I will say, well, since Cynthia is the one that took Blake out, for these elimination dinners,
Mhm.
he seemed like he was so open to talking to her.
Mhm.
Unlike when he was with Jonique. Like he was just so and he was taking in the information she was saying, and he was willing to listen to whatever it was she had to say. And he was talking back with her, like
Mhm.
conversing. He wasn't so closed off.
That's how
So
he is. That's how he was with Sue Ann when she took him out to tell him who was going to be eliminated. And I honestly think that he's more receptive then because he's trying not to get eliminated.
probably. But also it's Cynthia. So
That too. All right. So Blake was saved yet again, and Mario was sent home.
mm-mm.
Again, not a lot of love lost from us. It doesn't seem like from the ladies either. That's why he got eliminated. Thanks for watching. Please like, subscribe, comment down below. We love to see what you guys think about our thoughts. And we'll see you on the next one.
Bye.